Hey, what's up, guys? Just jumping in. It's Cowboy Crunk. Give it a few seconds. The video's starting. I also want to hit the live screen to show the. Should be showing here on my. Here we go. I just want to join my own chat so I can follow you guys on the screen here. All right. What's up, guys? All right, here we go. Everything should be going good. Let me mute myself. All right, I just wanted to get who's in the chat box. We got our first one in the chat box today. Hey man, got my first video going live from Houston, Texas. I did a video last night real quick at my favorite restaurant, Seven Leguas. So a shout out to whoever's in the chat box that hadn't showed up yet. Got to do a video real quick. I want to break down tonight's game. Going to show the players that that we need to be interested in watching. I need to slide this camera over just a little bit. 1 second, guys. There we go. Now we're good. Okay. All right. Hang with me for a second. This is my first video from home. So, want to go over the game tonight real quick. We got a few points I want to hit. The Rico Gather situation. Bo Scarborough situation, some things on the defensive tackle, also Lake Vander Esch. I really think, right here, baby, Mud Dogs, that's it, right? That's Bobby Boucher, baby. LVE is going to be our Bobby Boucher. I really think it's going to happen. I really think he's going to justify and solidify our linebacker core. That's where I think we're going with the linebackers. I think Jalen Smith's going to play better. We know we got Sean Lee's going to be quarterbacking those guys up, getting them tight, getting them ready, getting everything rolling. And I'm about to change jersey, guys. I know you guys don't want to watch a video with some dude in a Mud Dog jersey, but hey, I've also got my own jersey with my own name on it. But anyways, also I wanted to go over the situation with the quarterbacks. I think we really got a unique situation with the quarterbacks. We got an opportunity to, yeah, you can see my wife's reflection there in the trophy. She's coming in. Yeah, she came in to grab her phone or something. She was in here helping me set up the mini studio. Like I said, I'm just getting started on this, guys. I really enjoy it, but also the quarterback situation. I think Dak will play a little bit. I don't think he's going to get, an excessive amount of playing time, but he does need to gel with the receivers. He can't do that just in practice. So I think we're going to work on getting Dak some time with the receivers, especially. I think the tight end is more important. As you guys have told me, and I believe also the tight end position is where it's going to be, man. We've got to have one of those guys step up, and I think Rico Gathers is the man to do it. He's moved up supposedly on the depth chart. Supposedly Rico Gathers is in the third position right now. Also wanted to go over. They did a top 10 list for the draft. Buddy Johnson, hey, yeah, brother. No, I wish I was here to stay. I'll be here till the day after the Houston Texans game. I came home to hit preseason, and then I got to go back to work. So I will be here for the all four preseason games. The last Houston games, I might go to the game and tailgate. I'm probably going to stay home and watch the game. I got a nice place to watch the game from here, so I don't need to go up there and tailgate with all those Houston Texans and battle all that crap. And I don't want to hear any derogatory comments to the Cowboys, especially at a preseason game. I don't need that. So with that being said, I'm going to switch my jersey out real quick and get rid of this ridiculous Bobby Boucher stuff. But I'm telling you guys, this is where it's at. I think LVE is our guy. He's going to really help our defense out. Here we go. Quick change into the Haley jersey and back on the scene. Hey, I got the Super Bowl trophy from the draft that I brought down. If any of you guys were at the draft, all 5 of our Super Bowl rings. I was in the middle of ordering all of these Super Bowl trophies. They're a little expensive, but I had all 5 of them on order, and the company called me. They were shut down. So I got one. I'm gonna try to get the other ones coming, and and we'll see where that goes. They're not supposed to make them anymore. I guess I got something I wasn't supposed to have, but I don't think they're going to come to my house and take it. So we'll see if I can get the other ones ordered. I'm going to go straight into the video now, guys. I think I kind of gave you, like I said, where I was at. They made a top 10 list of the players that excelled in Oxnard in training camp. So I'll go over that list, give you the top 5, and that's pretty much about it on the video. So let me start off. Hopefully, you guys know last year we had some hamstring problems with some of the guys, especially in the early part of preseason. We haven't had that too much now. The only hamstring issue we've had was Cole Beasley. So we're hoping that we still have Tavon Austin there, relatively a very similar player. So if we have some problems with Cole Beasley getting on the field in the first few weeks or whatever, or I know he won't play much in preseason. We probably won't see Cole Beasley at all today. I think we'll see a little bit of Tavon Austin, and we're going to see the rest of our receivers. I really think they're going to throw the ball a lot more than normal, and I think that's going to be to see what these receivers have. And as you guys know, last year we didn't push the ball up the field a lot. So hopefully, I'm hoping we throw the ball a little more than normal in preseason, so we can see these receivers' ability to get open past 20 yards. Because as you guys know, that was where we did not excel last year. So if we can start to excel in that area a little bit, we can find the players that are going to be able to do that for us. That's what we need. As far as the receivers, you guys know it's a crapshoot. There's a few guys out there that are close. There's a few guys that have an upside. Like they may. Of course, if it's close between like Lance Lenoir and one of the newer guys, I think Lance Lenoir has a pretty good upside to him. Deontay Johnson, supposedly he's faster than they found out, and he said it himself. That's where this came from. But he's faster than Tavon Austin. He says he did run a 4.29. He's recorded it at 4.29. No one knows if that was official or if it was off a hand clock or official time. But so we got some speed out there. We really will have a good possibility of seeing some speed guys, and that really is gonna change our offense up in the receiver corps. I'll move over to the running backs. The big question there, you're gonna see a lot of Bo Scarborough, and we're gonna see a lot of Smith today. And they're going to put those guys in there and mix them up. Smith, I think, that did really well last year, but they want to see if Bo Scarborough is a complimentary back. I know he's not a change of pace back, but if he can come in on third down or he can come in on short yardage plays, and especially the short and like second and goal, those type things, that's where we're at. I'm going to go into the linebacker position. That's how I started the video off. As far as linebacker, as you guys know, we got a strong front three at linebacker. LVE, Jalen Smith, and Sean Lee. That's a strong crew. So I really think we have the possibility to bring some guys around that will complement those guys, give them some break. We're not real deep at linebacker. Covington, I think, is the fourth linebacker. Will definitely play well. We'll see him a lot tonight. We won't see Sean Lee at all. As you guys know, I'm sure Sean Lee won't. May not even dress out. He may be there in civilian attire. But Jalen Smith will get a little play. LVE is going to get quite a bit of play. I don't think they'll play him too much, but they do want to get a look at him. And again, like I said, Lance Lenoir, I think, is a guy they're gonna test him tonight. He's been on the team a couple years now. He's been riding the border of making it or not making it. Hey bro, yeah, hey Hulk, yes, I am ready for some football, bro. You have no clue. I came home specifically, flew all the way from Afghanistan for the draft this time I flew home. I took a couple extra days vacation so I could make the Houston game, which is here in Houston. Not sure if I'm going to go, but I flew home. I got here yesterday. The game is tonight. The Houston game is, I don't recall the exact, I think it's the 30th, and I fly back to Afghanistan on the 1st or the 2nd. So yeah, I purposely set my flights up to get here during the season and catch all of these preseason games. This preseason, I guarantee is the we probably have the most important preseason of anyone out there. The reason is we went 13-3 the year before. Last year, we had the mediocre season, 9-7. But as you guys know, it was because of the depth. Our depth wasn't there. We were missing a few players, and we supposedly addressed that in the draft. And other teams did the same thing. But we're right on the edge of being a Super Bowl team. We were a Super Bowl team 2 years ago. Last year, I won't say we were a Super Bowl contending team. As you guys know, we had the best record in the NFL, and we should have carried through. Aaron Rodgers. So we got to get past that hurdle. Same thing as with the same thing with back in the 90s in San Francisco. It took us a while to get past San Francisco. After we hurdled the San Francisco team, that was when we got our Super Bowls. And then later that we kind of transferred it back to San Francisco. But there was a shift of power. We have to make that shift of power in the NFC East. We have to do that and win the division again. Then after that, we have to do that in the playoffs. We have to step up in the playoffs and remove Green Bay from the situation. And we're on the road to the Super Bowls here in the next few years. I suspect in the next 5 years, 7 years, we're really some good Super Bowl contenders, depending on how my wife's here to check on us, make sure the video's going good. Yes, honey, everything is fine. Yeah, I know there's another message. She's telling me. Yeah, Stevie Mac, my wife said, hey, Stevie sent you a message. I know right now that the channel's a little slow. I don't have a lot of people here, but I really appreciate you guys hanging in there. I think I'm doing some pretty good videos, and I'm trying to increase my comfortability being here. So the depth chart they released is pretty crazy looking, especially with Jalen Smith starting. And they're gonna test that. They're gonna move those guys around. I think we're gonna see 3 linebackers on the field a lot, especially with Leighton Vander Esch and Jalen Smith's ability to supposedly cover well. It's going to depend on how well Jalen Smith is recovered. If Jalen Smith is really recovered well, we're going to see him a lot on the. We're going to see him a lot of all 3 of them on the field together. Tight end. That's my next little piece here. Holt. Let's see, brother. I believe that the reason Chris Richard shows us. Hey, that would be. We'll see this year. It really depends on this year. Of course, all of us are wanting to win a Super Bowl this year. I think it's possible. I think we have the right guys in place. If that happens, how do you fire a head coach after a Super Bowl? But we'll see. I think the players we have the ability to make Jason Garrett look good. Do I like him? Not everything about him. I like his personality. Sometimes I think he needs to be a hardcore ass, and he's not enough. If you look back, there's some tributes to not Tony Romo. Sorry, I'm going back further than that. There's some tributes to Troy Aikman, and Troy Aikman was completely in love with Jimmy Johnson. And then when Barry Switzer came in, he told the team, hey, you guys wait and see. You're going to love Barry Switzer. Barry Switzer's he's going to keep it going. He's going to keep us moving into Super Bowls. And they didn't win the Super Bowl the next year. And then they had that, they won the Super Bowl with Jimmy Johnson twice, or Jimmy Johnson once, then Barry Switzer the next year. Then there was the gap. But he completely fell off the Barry Switzer bandwagon. And there's some really, really intense video on the field of him cussing at other coaches, cussing at players, and telling them, look, this guy's junk. Every time something happens, all he wants to do is pat him on the butt and say, hey, get him next time, guys. And that's not going to work if the team is not gelling well and things aren't going well. The offensive line, if we have trouble with it like we did last year, and parts of the season or the running game is not there because we're missing some guys or injuries, you can't, clap your hands and walk up and down the sidelines and say, hey, keep your head up, guys, turn things around, stop looking down. It doesn't work. So we'll see. I think Chris Richard will make an amazing head coach, but we just got to see where that goes. I think the team is good enough to make Jason Garrett look good, so that might not be a good thing. Okay, the tight end situation. Hulk, I'm really not concerned about it. What I'm concerned about is Rico Gathers. I think the guys we have there, I think they're young, they're a well-rounded team. It's gonna come up on the tight end coach if he can coach these guys upright. But I was happy to hear that Rico Gathers moved up into the third position. So he's the third on the depth chart. I still think he's by far our number one receiving tight end. So I think as the season really starts, this preseason, there's going to be those positions. There's going to be those positions our offense gets in where we have to throw the ball. And when that happens, they're going to put Rico out there, and they're going to say, hey, this is your job. Your job is to go get these 3rd and 15s, Rico. Your job is to go get us on 2nd and 10. We're going to put you in on 2nd down and 3rd down, and we're going to use you in the red zone. And there's going to be enough positions, there's going to be enough plays like that in the game. Rico Gathers is going to get his due time because the play's going to come up, and the first thing that's going to pop in their head is, hey, get Rico's ass over here and get him in here. If it's 2nd and 5 and we get a holding penalty and they 5 yards back, 2nd down, it's 2nd and 15 now, they're going to say, hey, whoa, get Rico in. And we'll have enough plays like that where I think he'll get his time. Jason Garrett's a person, not Coach Richard, holds his players accountable. Yeah, that's and they're saying that now. Oh, we got to hold people accountable, and that's exactly what Troy Aikman was saying. He says Barry Switzer doesn't hold anybody accountable. He was pissed. Troy Aikman was, I'm the only one that'll get in somebody's effing face and tell them they're not doing their job. Why don't this guy tell them to do their job? I posted that, it's on one of my old videos, I don't recall which one, but I posted that whole footage of Troy Aikman just going off about Barry Switzer. And, it made sense. And Barry Switzer was gone right after that. It didn't help Troy Aikman. That's why he retired a little early. Everybody thought he, was going to play a little longer. But, as you guys know, Troy Aikman didn't put up Tony Romo-like numbers. It was a running game. It was one of the best defenses in the league with a great quarterback. And do I think Troy Aikman was a great quarterback? I think he was a very, very good quarterback with a great defense and a great running game. And that's what we have now. I think we have a very good quarterback that's safe. He keeps the ball. Troy Aikman definitely, and this is what Dak needs to pick up, Troy Aikman definitely has an advantage in the deep ball. So that's something that Dak Prescott's going to have to work out. That deep ball, we have to throw it at least 4 to 5 times a game to get those linebackers to respect the receivers and get the safeties to respect those receivers on the deep routes. If we got Rico Gathers running a post or running a fly pattern up the middle, that's going to pull those safeties, probably both of them. And if you run a delay off of that or draw, or you get some screen passes to Ezekiel Elliott with Rico Gathers running a fly off the other side, it pulls the safeties. And if Zeke Elliott gets past the line and gets past the linebackers, those safeties are 25 yards deep because they see Rico Gathers' 6'8" frame headed down the center of the field. They're going to respect that. So I think they give Rico a good amount of time. Yeah, he's going to get a lot of time. And the thing with him, they think he's injury prone. He had the concussion. So they're going to test that. They're going to give him playing time. They're going to play him. They're going to play him, and they're going to say, "Look, man, stand up or fall down." And that's going to be it. He's gonna either excel or he's going to wash out, and they're going to push him. So I think you're right. They have Schultz in the fourth spot, Rico in the third. Yeah, they're really keeping Schultz. He doesn't need the playing time. Yeah, Swain's had his opportunities, man. 21-7 Cowboys. Yeah. Me, I don't give a damn. It could be 56-0 San Francisco. I'm joking. But no, what I do want to see is I want to see certain players stand out. Our players from the draft, Rico Gathers, I think is vital. This is his year. This is it. Rico either balls out. If he has an injury, I really hope that he plays safe, plays well. We got to get him out there. We got to get him the ball. He's got to ball out because he's a playmaker. As of right now, I see us having Ezekiel Elliott as a playmaker, and that's maybe Tavon Austin. We're not for sure, but we'll see. Do you feel better about Jalen? Oh, I definitely do. I don't think Jalen Smith. He's a very positive guy, but he says he's good. He says he's 100%. I believe him. He's got such a positive attitude, and man, that's what they've said the whole time about Jalen Smith is he is completely just everybody loves the dude, man, and that's awesome. I mean, his body is sick, insane, dude. He looks like a thinned out Arnold Schwarzenegger. When I say thinned out, I mean like when Arnold Schwarzenegger was huge, but you take some of the mass away, and that's Jalen Smith. He is a beast, dude. And I can tell you, him and LVE are gonna get tight because that's our linebacking crew. When Sean Lee retires here in 3-4 years or however much he can give us, those are the guys that are gonna be together. That's our Terrell Suggs and he just hit the Hall of Fame. What am I trying to say, guys? You know what I'm talking about. The baddest Ray Lewis. That's our Terrell Suggs and Ray Lewis right there. So Jalen Smith's going to get that dude in the gym. Jalen Smith's going to get that guy in the locker room, in the gym. He's going to put some weight on him, and that dude's going to be a beast, man. I got to turn the fan on. My wife turned the fan off. I guess she thought it was bothering the video. 1 second. Turn the damn fan off. My light's off. Yeah. Sorry, guys. That's my wife, man. She takes care of everything for me. She's the best, but I don't know for what reason she turned the fan off. I'm in here dying now. Did that hit it? Yeah. No, that didn't hit it. Let me hit the fan. Sorry, guys. 1 second. But the tight end position, I think is our big key tonight. I think they're gonna. Again, if you guys just joined in the video, they're going to throw the ball a lot tonight. And I think the reason they're going to throw the ball tonight, they want to test those receivers. They want to test those. Receivers, and they want to test the tight end guys and see who's going to stand out. The only thing that worries me about passing the ball a lot tonight is the situation with our line. And the linemen they rush blocking is a lot easier than pass blocking. Offensive lines they'll tell you, hey, we want to run it 50 times a game, and that was also in the old video that I showed on Troy Aikman. Troy Aikman had a command of the huddle, and that's what Dak Prescott has on these guys, and that's why when they were talking about making the offense Dak friendly, they were talking about when Dak walks in the huddle, he don't want to hear shit. And that's the way it was. That's the way it was with Troy Aikman. That's what it was with Tony Romo. Except for Des Bryant, and I love Des Bryant. I think he's a great player. I think he has great abilities. But with a young quarterback, you can't have 4 or 5 guys in the huddle trying to, hey, Zeke wants the ball, hey, get a ball to Zeke, and the lineman saying, hey, let's push it down their throat, and Des Bryant over there saying, hey, I'm open, they got single coverage, give me the ball, you can't have it. As much passion as he has, he wants to win the game, he wants to play well, but you can't have a player affecting your quarterback, especially a young quarterback like that. He has enough things. He has to get the play in. He has to decipher the play, get it to the team in the huddle. Then from the huddle, he's got to line everybody up, make sure everybody's in the right position. You know, then check the defense and say, hey, do I need to audible at it? He doesn't have time to have people, you know, on the waving at him. Hey, I'm in single coverage. I got one corner over here. You know, it just nothing against Dez. You can do that. You can do that when you know you've got a Peyton Manning out there, or you've got a Tony Romo that's been there for 8 years. But when you have a young quarterback that just came in, how does it look? Also, he is the quarterback, but how does it look if you've got a veteran player telling a quarterback, you know, a younger player what he needs to do? And of course, Dak wants to respect that, but he can't. He said, hey, I've got to call the play. I've got to go through my options. I'm a young quarterback. I got to go through 3 or 4 reads here, and if it's not there, throw the ball away. My job is not to come up to the line and audible the play to throw it to you because they're in man coverage and you got single coverage on the outside. It just doesn't work, and that's what they meant by Dak-friendly offense. It had nothing to do with getting rid of Dez. The problem was, imagine it this way: if Michael Irvin had went to Troy Aikman, let's say, and they came in kind of the same time, so it was a little different. But if Michael Irvin had been there for 6 years before Troy Aikman got there, and Michael Irvin was, hey man, give me the ball, hey man, give me the, hey, you know, I need the ball, I got single coverage on the outside, you know, I can get this first down. It's different. It would have been intimidating to Troy Aikman, but Troy, hey, y'all shut the hell up. And that's how it was when Troy Aikman was there. Troy Aikman would step out of the huddle, as you guys know, when they change players out, the quarterback will step out of the huddle so that they can move some players, you know, 2 players will come in, 2 players come out. When Troy Aikman sees that the right players are in there, he'll step into the huddle and take command of the huddle. If he does that too early and there's an extra guy in the huddle, that's what they'll call 12 players in the huddle or 12 men on the field. So until he does that, it's kind of free play. He can step out of the huddle. They can, you know, take a running back out, add a tight end, or put 2 tight ends in and take 2 receivers out, whatever. Once he steps in the huddle, what used to happen is Troy Aikman would step out of the huddle and the lineman would be like, hey man, we need to run the ball, man. I'm killing my guy on the left side. And Emmett would say, yeah, let's run the damn ball, man. We need to, and of course Michael Irvin was, you know, saying he's open. But they said when Troy Aikman put his foot in that huddle and leaned forward and stuck his helmet in there, everybody shut the hell up. He called the play. They moved forward. They lined up. They ran the play. If Troy Aikman wanted to audible, he audible. Now they would talk on the sideline. Troy Aikman would get together with Des Bryant and talk with the lineman. That's different. But I think, sorry guys, I'm running my mouth a little bit too much here. Do you feel about this? Yeah, we got that one already. I want everybody to ball out, especially Rico. Everybody's pulling for Rico because everybody knows the upside. He has the huge ability to make some things happen. So I think he's important. He's a safety valve for, you know, of course, Dak, a security blanket, which he'll need, and I think we'll be good. Sorry, somebody pulled up the driveway. Sorry, guys. Let me remove this thing here. Okay. Buddy Johnson, do you think Davon could be our Richard? I don't know much about him, man. Put a little information on here. I'll do some research. I'll write his name down right now. This guy is. I got some really, really good links to. Oh, Donovan, yeah. I haven't done much on him, but I know. Yeah, concerns of D tackle, and it's because we're thin there. So we'll see. I think Jahar Ward is going to play a lot tonight. I think the guys we've had on the team that are lower on the depth chart, that's kind of an odd situation. We've got new guys on the team, and they automatically moved up on the depth chart, like Jahar Ward and stuff like that. Ash, is still kind of low on the depth chart, but I think we're probably going to keep all of our defensive tackles. I did a video a while back. I think we're going to end up collectively with about 10 defensive linemen. About 10 defensive linemen, so we'll see. But I'll definitely check on Donovan Alumba. Sorry, he's not a guy I've looked at a lot, but I'm hoping that we'll see a lot of him tonight. So we'll learn some things. But that's about it, guys. I did want to mention the quarterback situation. I did start on the quarterback situation for a minute. I'm not sure with the okay. Yeah, I'll check him out, buddy. I'll check him out, and after the game tonight, I'll probably do another video. There'll be a lot of guys live streaming tonight after the game and before the game. I'll probably be online live with Mark Holmes. So I will catch the game and watch his live stream during the game, and I'll be doing that from here actually in the living room. But on the quarterback situation, I said before, we have a quarterback-friendly offense. I know Cooper Rush is going to look good. He looked amazing last year. We had, and I don't know, I think they thought about this, I just had an idea. I think they thought about this last year and they didn't pull the trigger because they didn't think about how heavy a quarterback is for in the trade value. Last year, as you guys recall, we had Cooper Rush and we had Kellen Moore, and they loved Kellen Moore. They had Kellen Moore above Cooper Rush. Cooper Rush played so well in the preseason games that we had teams calling, trying to trade for him. And at the time, the Cowboys, I think they said, no, we're not interested, no, we're not interested. We're going to carry 3 quarterbacks. Then when they went to evaluate the roster, they realized we need these guys on special teams. Cooper Rush and Kellen Moore aren't going to play special teams. So for us to carry 3 quarterbacks, we're really hurting our special teams. So I think what they're going to end up doing is one of these 2 guys, Cooper Rush or Mike White, they're going to come to the same situation. Both of them are going to look great. I know Cooper Rush will. If Kellen Moore looks, if Mike White looks good in preseason, I think we look at possibly trading him. I don't think we need 3 quarterbacks on the roster. They can't put him on the practice squad because somebody's going to pick him up for nothing. If he goes to the practice squad, as you guys know, somebody can just take him from the practice squad. So I think what's going to happen is all 3 quarterbacks play well. Of course, Dak's starting quarterback, and Cooper Rush or Mike White. They see which one of those they can get a good trade for. And even if Cooper Rush plays better than Mike White, if they can make the right trade, and if you guys been watching my channel, I've been looking for this Earl Thomas trade to happen, and it hasn't happened, and I'm real upset it hasn't happened before today. But if you look at Seattle's backup quarterback position, they have nothing. They have a 7th round draft pick that they took this year, and they have a undrafted free agent that's been on the team for about 3 or 4 years, and his stats are relatively nothing. They're actually not very good at all. So we have 3 good quarterbacks possibly. Seattle needs one. That could be our opportunity to call Seattle, and instead of having a reason, we have no reason to make that move right now. We have no power, but they're still holding on to Earl Thomas. They're still not paying him. If we call them and say, hey, you saw the game Cooper Rush had, or did you see the game Mike White had against San Francisco or our next game? They played very well. Would you guys be interested in a trade for one of those 2 guys and a 3rd round or 4th round pick, something like that, because they're wanting a 2nd or a 1st. Trade a 3rd or 4th round pick and our extra quarterback that we can't carry anyways because we need those spots for our special teams. The more quarterbacks we carry, we're already carrying 4 tight ends. We're already going to carry at least 3 running backs. So we're getting tight. Every one of those cuts a position out that you got to cut somewhere else. Most teams carry 3 tight ends. We're going to carry 4. Most tight ends, we're carrying a few more linemen than most team defensive linemen. So to me, that's like, I think that's what the Cowboys are doing. If they're doing that, they're a little smarter than, it was just an idea I came across. And the reason is I did that video on the quarterback situation, and I didn't understand why last year they cut Cooper Rush and hired him as the quarterback coach. And they ended up doing it because they didn't want to carry 2 quarterbacks or 3 quarterbacks, because they needed those people. They needed those bodies on special teams. So for us to carry 3 quarterbacks, you're cutting our special teams out, and that's an important part of our game. We lost Ryan Switzer. We have Tavon Austin. Tavon Austin has the tendency to fumble. I'm really concerned about that. We're going to see that tonight. They're going to test Tavon Austin on special teams. Do you think Bo Scarborough will start tonight? There's a possibility. I think the roster's out. Somebody posted that earlier, that they posted the starting roster. Let me see. Let me check that out. One more second. They have Rico Schultz in the 4th spot. Somebody posted it earlier. Sorry guys. Somebody posted it earlier that the starting lineup was out. I didn't see that, so I'm not sure who's starting yet. But Bo Scarborough, if he doesn't start, he's going to get a lot of playing time. So is Smith, and they're going to battle that out and see who's 2 and 3. I think Bo Scarborough has some really good potential, so we'll see. But they're both going to get. I doubt we'll even see Ezekiel Elliott. That's just maybe he'll play in game 2 and game 3 a little, and then get his rest in game 4, which I don't like a lot. These young guys, I think they prefer to be on the field. Bo will probably be the second half. Okay, thanks, Stevie. Yeah, Stevie Mack posted that earlier. I don't know where he got the starting roster from, but good job, bro. Appreciate that. I think we're going to see a lot of Randy Gregory tonight. And the other thing is with him, they're gonna push him. They're gonna get him in shape. Maybe not a lot. But what I mean by a lot, I think he'll play relatively a quarter and a half to 2 quarters, and they're gonna spread that out a little bit so that they can get him in shape. But we're gonna see him play, and they're gonna push him. The more snaps he gets, the quicker he'll come along. Okay, thanks, Stevie. Hey guys, according to Stevie Mack, as you guys can see there, if you're watching on phone and don't have the chat rolling, go to Blogging the Boys website. Blogging the Boys website has the depth chart for tonight's game. So thanks, Stevie. I'm going to end it there, guys. Video's 37 minutes. I got to get to the grocery store and get some things to cook. And also my lunch is over here waiting. I'm going to have lunch at 4 o'clock. And then, but anyways, guys, yeah, the top 5 players coming out of training camp. I don't know if you guys saw that. According to the Cowboys website, Byron Jones was basically the MVP of training camp. Byron Jones, if the rest, it was pretty much all veterans, not veterans, but as you guys know, our team is young. We're the second youngest team in the NFL right now. We may be the youngest after cuts are made. Byron Jones was number 1. Zach Martin was number 2. Surprise, surprise. No, it's not a surprise. Tyron Smith was number 3. That's good because I'm sure he didn't get a lot of time in training camp. They tried to keep him maintained, keep his maintenance up to speed. DeMarcus Lawrence, no surprise again. And number 5 was Chidobe Awuzie. So, dude, guys, that's all defense right there. Well, majority defense. Sorry, but I really think we'll see how tonight goes. I'm really impressed with the coaching that we've had recently. Zeke, Rod Smith, then Bo. That's the current standing. We got Bo in 3rd. We're going to see a lot of Rod Smith tonight. We're going to see Bo. They're going to test they're really going to test their ability to pick up the pass rush. And like I said earlier, with our young receiving crew, none of them have been tested. Our young tight end crew, I'm expecting to see the ball thrown a lot tonight with Cooper Rush and Mike White playing a lot. I expect them to test those guys. Turning and handing the ball off doesn't test the quarterbacks quite as much. So we need to test our quarterbacks. We need to find out which one of those guys, and we need to show those guys. We need to put them in the limelight, man. Put those guys in the light. Let the light shine on them. And somebody, just like last year, somebody's going to be calling for one of these young quarterbacks. And what's going to happen? Somebody's going to call. Somebody's going to be interested in one of these quarterbacks. And one of these quarterbacks is going to get traded. And when you trade a quarterback that has potential, you guys see Jimmy Garoppolo got a $100 million contract. He's making $27 million this year, and he played 5 games for New England. Had started 5 games. So guys, if we get both of these guys on the right page, they line up, they throw up some numbers, and they look good. Cooper Rush, 6 touchdowns, no interceptions. That's what he had last year over 2 games. 2 of those touchdowns were to Rico Gathers. So if those guys both put up numbers like that in this preseason, there's no reason to hold back. You pull the trigger, you make a trade, and I think that definitely makes the Earl Thomas thing look different with Seattle not having a backup quarterback. A backup quarterback, either one of these guys, and a 3rd-round pick, and that trade is made. The Cowboys have no problem trading a 5th-round quarterback or an undrafted free agent, which is what Cooper Rush was, one of those 2 guys, to Seattle to back up Russell Wilson, who was injury plagued last year on and off. He never was 100%. So we'll see, guys. I got to get rolling to the supermarket. It's been Cowboy Crunk. Please subscribe to the channel. Let's get this going. Let's get it growing. I'll be on the live chat with Mark Holmes tonight, and my wife's peeking in on the channel just to see what's going on. She's a YouTuber too. She's more big. No, not YouTuber. What is it you do? Instagram. I don't know all that stuff, man. She's an Instagrammer. For the love of makeup, MC, love of makeup, something. I don't know. She has a gazillion followers or something, and gets free makeup and love for makeup, MC, something. I don't know. You guys don't give a damn about that. But she gets all kind of free shit in the mail and all kinds of stuff. We get something almost once a week. But anyways, guys, yes, it's time for football, guys. Hey Karen, what's up? Hey, I appreciate you guys joining the channel. A few shout outs, Buddy Johnson, Stevie Mac, thanks for posting the depth chart, Stevie. If you guys can see the chat there, go to Blogging the Boys website, and the depth chart is on there. You'll be able to see who's starting tonight, who they expect to be second up behind that, who expect probably not to suit up, and all of that stuff should be on there. Appreciate it, Buddy Johnson, for you guys joining in. Hulk, thanks, guys. I really enjoyed the time. We'll get this going. I'll be here for all 4 preseason games, and then I'll be back in Kabul to do the first live game that we have against. Our first game is, I can't even recall right now. I'm in YouTube mode. So enjoy the game, guys. Watch our secondary. Watch the quarterbacks. I'm telling you, one of those quarterbacks is going to be trade bait by game 2. By game 3, I think one of those quarterbacks is in Seattle, and Earl Thomas. That's, to me, the key to this Earl Thomas thing, and that's why they're waiting. I think Seattle, if they don't call us, we're going to call Seattle. And they're going to say, look, guys, we know your quarterbacks are garbage behind Russell Wilson. We got 3 great quarterbacks. You know who's starting for us. We got 2 other guys. Which one do you want? And we'll make a trade. So hang in there, guys. Watch the game. I'm going to go get some stuff to throw on the grill, and I'll be, like I said, on the show with Carolina Panthers. Oh, yeah, Carolina Panthers. I knew that because that's one of our games. I kind of suspected that's a close one. I think we've got 4 or 5 games that are going to be tough. I think the rest of the games we should win. So that leaves us at 11 games that I think we should win. We'll probably lose 1 or 2 of those games that we should win. So that gives us 9 wins. But out of those 5 games that I think will be tough, I think we'll win half of those. Those, I think, are our 50-50 games. So I got us going 11-5. Like I said, 5 games that are tough. I think we got 11 games that we should win, and we might lose 1 or 2 of those. So I got us going 11-5, 11-5 or 12-4. That's what I think, and that gives us, I think that actually wins us the division. So I appreciate it, guys. Headed to the supermarket up or Kroger, and see you guys after the game. The time, guys. Subscribe to the channel, and see you on the next video. How do I turn this off on?